Well. Welcome in, you filthy animals. Happy friggin' Saturday.
Change, you filthy animals.
Yeah, I know I threw some of you guys off with that music. For those in the waiting room, I mean, normally I've gotten comments on my waiting room music. People are like, man, it's hard to get excited for this live stream with this elevator music. It puts me to sleep. I'll just be lurking in the background, drifting off into the abyss of sleep. So I was like, you know what? We'll add some other type of music in there. I like to keep people guessing. We're actually a little early today. Again, keeping people guessing.
I'm not retarded, but I like rocks.
Yeah. Welcome in, guys. It's close enough for government work. Let's call it 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. In fact, so you know what that means. That means that from coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, we're live, baby. And I'm going to need you to go ahead and Spartan kick that like button. Do it for me. Please, do it for me. Because we need the help. Because everybody else is at Bladeshow, but not me. Every year, people ask me, are you going? And I'm like, yeah, we'll be there. Maybe. If life can take its boot off of my neck long enough for me to have the time to do that, but no. So, I'm not at Bladeshow. I'm not at Bladeshow. I'm here with you guys. And whether we have 5 people watching or 500 people watching or whatever, we're going to have a good time. We're going to do the pocket checks. We're going to talk knives. We're going to talk, whatever happens to pop up in the chat. That's kind of the fun part, though, right? These are live streams. I don't plan them out. They're off the cuff. It kind of depends on what you guys put in the chat. Be gentle. If you're like, wow, what did Roll do before the live stream that got him so riled up? Guys, I ate a habanero pepper. Listen, I like spicy food, okay? I like spicy food. And since we moved, now we have a yard and we can start actually growing things like tomatoes. We are also growing peppers. And I got to say this, like I've eaten spicy peppers before. I've eaten plenty of whole jalapenos, right? Like, go to the supermarket, buy your produce. Yeah, I've eaten habaneros. I've eaten jalapenos. You know what? Nobody ever told me that apparently homegrown peppers don't play by the same rules. I swear to you, I love eating jalapenos whole, right? I go get street tacos. Would you like jalapenos? Absolutely. Throw those suckers in there. The jalapenos that are growing here, I don't know if it's just the soil in Idaho, but these are ridiculous, okay? These are ridiculous. I'm the hot sauce guy. I put it on everything. I go for the hottest hot sauce. They ask me, how spicy do you like your food at the restaurant? I say super spicy. I like the third dimension that spice and pain brings to your food. It's an experience, right? And some people agree with me. Some people are like, no, I just like to have, normal bowel movements. I don't know why we're talking about that in the live stream, but my point is that I like spicy foods, but the jalapenos that are being grown in my yard are like Satan seeds or something, because they're so spicy. It's not even just that they're hot. It's like you take a bite of the pepper and you get that pepper juice and it's instant pain that lasts like 20 minutes. So I've been challenging myself. I'm like, I don't know what happened. Maybe the loss of altitude, right? Maybe it's like slowly turning me into a softer person or something. I don't know, but I don't like it. So now I'm going to eat lots of spicy peppers and get that tolerance back up. I ate a whole habanero pepper before going live. So the pain has subsided. The habaneros are hot and painful. The jalapenos are hot and painful. When your jalapenos turn red, you got a good one though. I regret nothing. Anyways, there's my monologue. Kind of an odd way to start Let's go ahead and start saying hi to the good people in the chat. What's up, Henry G? We got Marco, Top Dog, JoJo, Ground Fog, Ian Coates, Blind Woo Fury, B Shady. What's up, man? What's up? What is up? And we've got, hold on, welcome into Stonewall. Something's weird going on with my chat thing. It says that somebody joined a channel membership and then it got retracted somehow. I don't know how that happened or how that's possible. But we had a new channel member and now they're gone. If that was you, I'm sorry. That's a system issue on my part. It doesn't show me your name, but welcome in to any new channel members who are out there as well. We're going to keep it rolling. Welcome into the Geek Machinist. Welcome into Skull EDC. Welcome into Alistize. Says, what's up, all? New here, but I was gifted a sub. Cool place to hang. Hey, man, welcome in. Welcome in. Hopefully my pepper monologue didn't scare you off. I like hot stuff. I like to keep it simmering, just above the surface. Top Dog says, tell us stories about super steels and sharp things. I aim to do more steel snobs. I'm adopting a new strategy. I'll tell you guys a little bit about that. The issue that I have is that I want to do both reviews and steel snobs. However, I have less time to work on the channel than ever before. I have somewhere in the realm of like 2 hours per day, right? So what I'm working on right now is I am going to build up some regular level content so that like content that was recorded like a week ago is released, the following week in advance. And so I'm like 3 or 4 episodes deep already. And so hopefully what that allows me to do is to spend fresh time making the heavier, more editing dense level of content like the Steel Snob series. It's not just Steel Snobs that I want to do. I want to do videos like, for example, an idea in my head that I think would be really fun would be to actually test the durability between knives with phosphor bronze washers versus knives with bearings, caged bearings. Because I feel like, we all assume, right? We all assume that the washers will give you, higher performance and it'll maybe it's not as smooth of an action, or maybe it's super smooth, but it's not quick. I don't know how to explain this, but we all expect phosphor bronze washer level action to come with the added benefit of being more stable in a working environment. But there's actually not a whole lot of videos out there on it, and some videos actually contradict that. And so I feel like there's a hole in the market, a space for it, because phosphor bronze washers are not going away. Many knives are still being made with it. I think it'd be really fun to actually test it out with a couple different knives that have phosphor bronze washers and a couple different knives that have ball bearings, and to just kind of test the validity of that, to give people a better understanding, to give me a better understanding. I mean, I'm tired of assuming. I want to test this stuff. I want to do it on camera. I want to make episodes like that. Those are going to be more edit dense level episodes, right? But I also still want to do reviews because, like you guys, I'm also an enthusiast. So I still want to review knives. I just want to make sure that I'm getting out the other kinds of content too that surround the hobby, so I'm not just a review pony. But I've got to build up some content so that I have a buffer, right? So that I have the space to do that and not actually go a week without uploading anything. Anyways, yeah, I'll tell you some stories about some sharp things. Let's go. Well, let's go. Welcome into Mike and Ike's EDC. Carlos, Backcountry Dave. We're still saying hi. Chris E, good to see you, man. He says, good evening, Roll. Also, not at Bladeshow. At least I'm not alone. I appreciate you guys. Welcome into Stephen Fletcher. Let's go. Cat Scratch. Sierra Rick says, Rollshambo Lakers jersey. Really? Where you live, don't you think a Seattle Mariners jersey? I'm not. Listen, I'm blurring the lines. This is not a jersey. This is a sweater. I'm blurring the lines here, but I'm a huge basketball fan. I don't have time to watch a lot of television, right? But I still like catching basketball games, and I've been a Lakers fan for the last 27 years. I started watching basketball. 28 years now. I started watching basketball when I was 7 years old with my dad and my brother, and I was not allowed to root for the same team as my brother. And so he told me, you pick any other team, stop copying me. That's what older brothers do. And so I was like, all right, what team are they playing? They're playing the Lakers. And so even though I'm not from California, I've been a Lakers fan for the last 28 years, faithfully for the last 28 years. And at that age, I had no idea that I was, basically jumping on the bandwagon. But I enjoyed it because as younger siblings go, you enjoy watching your older siblings, become disappointed. And as it turns out, the Lakers are just a fun team to watch. So that's the story. If you want to know why I'm a Lakers fan, you can blame my siblings. But ultimately, I've stuck to it. It's just been a team that I've followed for the longest of times. And now that I've officially blurred the lines of, touching on one of the unspeakables, you're not, unless your channel's about it, you're really not supposed to touch on sports, politics, or religion. Those are the unspeakables because they get people fired up and they kind of divert away from the point of the channel, right? Unless your channel's about that. Yeah, I'm a Lakers fan. Watch people start unsubscribing. I don't care. It's all good. It's all fun and games. What's up, the Ponds? Welcome in. Let's go, Jim Miller. Good to see all the channel mods in the house tonight. Hold on. Geek Machinist says, it shows I'm still active member in my YouTube control. Oh, you are the new, hey, welcome in. Thank you for becoming a new channel member. Guys, give it up to the Geek Machinist. Thanks for joining in, my friend. And if you'd like to join the Only Spartans Discord, go to the post section of my YouTube channel. There will be a members only post that has a invite link to the Only Spartans Discord. You are, of course, welcome to join. Welcome into Vivelski. We got Ed B in the house. Do we have every single channel mod in tonight? That might be nice. That'd be pretty cool. The chat jumped, so I've missed a ton of people. Like my man Greg McCutcheon, Pacific Northwest Funworks. Good to see you, man. He says, I once grew big Thai peppers. They were the hottest things I've ever had. I'm telling you, peppers from the backyard don't play by the same rules, okay? I will never look at grocery store peppers the same. I can't. After my recent experience, I'm just be like, these are weak. These are weak. I've been lied to my entire life. I thought I was getting true habaneros and jalapenos, but no. If you like the spice, just grow them yourself. Just grow them yourself. But the problem is, I'm the only one in my household that truly likes spicy things and that eats spicy peppers. So now I've got 100 jalapeno peppers that blow my face off every time, and they're all me. So I guess I'm gonna have to do some canning maybe, or maybe make some jalapeno jelly. That would be awesome. I don't know. Ed B says, is this the live stream about rocks? I'm not sure if I'm in the right place. You might be, man. Believe it or not, this channel is about EDC and knives, even though we've done very little talking about it so far. Maybe this is a good time to start. What was in my pocket today? Guys, if you are a member of the Only Spartans Discord, get over there. Post a pocket check photo. Show us what was in your pockets today. In my pockets today, obviously, a knife that I have not been able to get out of my pocket at all. I am not a fixed blade guy. I say this all the time. I'm not a fixed blade guy. This has been really, really hard to put down. It's the Transparent Knives Doodle. And it's so good. It breaks a lot of rules that fixed blades traditionally follow. I mean, it's not a drop point. It's not flat ground. It's not Scandi ground. It doesn't have a lanyard hole for people that have oversized hands. This was handmade by my guy, Brian, aka Transparent Knives. Magna cut at 65 Rockwell. Are you freaking kidding me? It's got hollow ground swedges. The swedges are hollow ground. This knife is a demon going through cardboard. Don't even get me started on that, man. And you know what? I'm gonna save it because I still need to release my review. It's one of the reviews that I'm currently working on as you know, in a batch. I'm gonna release a batch of stuff over the next week after I get it piled up. Other knife in my pocket today, this guy right here. This, of course, is the Spyderco Swish Buoy. I managed to get a Lynch Northwest wire clip replacement on there, and I love it. I love this knife. This is one of those knives that I would honestly consider to be in the one and done category of knives. It's classy. It's really well made. One of the best thumb flick deployment actions. Freaking Spyderco Taiwan does a great job. What was in your pocket today? If you're not in the Discord, let me know in the chat. Let's talk about it, and let's keep it rolling. By the way, the chat jumped, so if I missed some of you guys, I apologize, but we're going to keep it going here. Welcome into John Blackman. Good to see you, man. Welcome into Daniel M. Matt Maurer, what's up, man? Welcome into Blade Shooter. Did I say hi to Pavelski? What's up, V? Hold on. The chat hath jumpeth again. Pocket Candy Randy, what's up, man? Good to see you. Sierra Rick says, washers or a fixie? I mean, listen. Folding knives are like, they're my love, okay? Like, yes, I've been carrying this religiously since I got it. And no, this was not sent to me for review. But folding knives are, you know, that's where I hang my hat at the end of the day. Washers or a fixie, if I want reliability, I'm going with a fixed blade. I'm sorry. Like, when it comes to folding knives, the big advantage is that you can carry a bigger knife without actually having to worry about how you're going to stash it on your person, right? People don't consider this. That's why I like EDC size fixed blades, because you get all of the reliability of a fixed blade without having to, you know, walk around like your Crocodile Dundee. But with a folding knife, like this isn't even a big folding knife, but it's still going to be bigger than what you know, a lot of fixed blades will give you, and it's going to be easy to stash in your pockets. So I mean, I would say both, man. Both. But if I had to pick one, I'm going with a folding knife because the utility there is insane. Yeah, the utility is insane. What's up, Jim? He says we just came out with a phosphor bronze model. Yeah, well, I'm telling you, PB washers are making a comeback. Like, for a minute there, it was like everyone had to have bearings. Everyone's going with bearings. If you didn't have bearings, it was a bad knife. People are becoming more educated now, and I feel like as a whole, we're just realizing it's not better. Like, bearings are not better in every scenario. Washers are not better in every scenario. They're just different. Like, what do you want? And so, honestly, I like seeing that we're getting more new knife models being released with phosphor bronze washers, because it gives people an opportunity to try something that they might not have tried otherwise. I like that. I really do like that. All right. Cat Scratch, what's up, man? He says, I missed Wednesday live, but watched the replay. Awesome job on that 15V Steel Snobs content. Love it. Thank you, man. I'm still riding the wave on that. That was a really, really fun video to make. I spent a week and about 20 plus hours making that episode. But I'm glad that people like it. It's one that I'm really proud of. And I want to continue making content like that, because it's something that I know if I were to watch that episode 10 years from now, I'd still be proud of that. Hey, shout out to my man, Bradford Mitchell. Thank you so much for the $5 super, man.
Keep the change.
He says, no blade show for people who live in fairy lands like Ida. You misspelled Idaho. You misspelled Idaho. It's not imaginary. I'm coming to you live from Idaho. Nothing exciting happens here except for knife making and potatoes. And the latter is kind of contradictory because there's nothing really exciting about potatoes. Anyways. Ed B says jalapenos are for kids. I'll send you some, Ed, and you can tell me. I want to see a video of you eating a whole one of my red ass jalapenos from my backyard and not having a reaction, because I tell you, like, I love spicy foods. I will go to hot sauce stands at bazaars, and I will like. I'm telling you, like, I have experience. I'm not inexperienced with hot foods. I like the feeling of, like, when your face starts sweating and, like, you feel the pain. These jalapenos are not playing by the same rules. So much to the point where I honestly wouldn't be surprised if these are not actually jalapenos and there's something that just happens to look like them. You take a bite out of these, and the juice that comes out of these jalapenos equals pure agony. I'm telling you, I'm going to make some. I need to make some jelly because I've got like a bushel of these demonic jalapenos. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll make some jalapeno jelly. Right? That would go good. Give some, like, oh, can I have a peanut butter sandwich? Yeah. Yeah, we'll get the peanut butter sandwiches going. Spicy PB&J, why not? Top Dog says, I did not wear pants today, hence no pocket check. When you have nowhere to carry a knife on your person. That's the life, though. That sounds like freedom. Sierra Rick says, Rollshambo, sweet fixie for sure. Man, I'll tell you what, like, I spent time today because I was like, maybe I'm just not understanding the wide world of fixed blades. And I was looking for something that you know was a little bit different, like this. The doodle is a bit different from what we typically see in a lot of fixed blades. I went on DLT and like all the bark rivers, they're like, there's some really cool bark rivers out there. But I gotta say, like, I have to point this out. A lot of fixed blades follow the exact same lines. Like there is, and it's not to say that they're not excellent knives or they're not well made or they don't have good heat treats. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying that I go to a website like DLT Trading. I look at some of their fixed blade lineup. I looked at probably 200 or 300 fixed blades on there today, and nothing in the EDC size really stood out to me. I was like, yeah, like I want to go back to looking at folding knives now. And maybe that's what I like about this knife so much, is that it doesn't feel like every other fixed blade that you see available out there. And I know that if you were to go to small custom makers like Brass Brigade, like Aries EDC, like Transparent Knives, you're going to find more designs that really stand out from the crowd. So if you're wondering, well, how do I get my hands on one? Keep your eyes peeled. Next month, Brian over at Transparent Knives is going to be doing another release. And damn it, I might buy another one. I might buy another one. Like, if he does a different handle skin material, it's almost guaranteed at this point. Anyways, I'm doing a lot of monologuing. We need to keep saying hi to people. Anyways, welcome into C. Kobe. Welcome in to Daniel M. Says, what's the name of that Spyderco? It's the Swish Buoy. Everyone says Slidge, but I'm telling you, I looked it up in a Spyderco magazine, and they spell it out phonetically. It's pronounced like swish. Swish, like, you know, when you're good at shooting basketballs. So that's why I call it the Swish Buoy instead of the Slish or the Sleege. I'm just doing what Spyderco told me, okay? It's the Swish Buoy. Yo, welcome into Ed Durbin. Good to see you, man. Hold on. Pocket Candy Randy says, I love bronze washers. Me too. The action feels the best. There's no grittiness. You don't feel like the satin lines, the satin milling lines, or the finish lines on the blade like you do with bearings. Wow. Words are hard today. Top Dog says, so no pockets, but I carried the Spyderco Stage 5 lightweight modified MagnaCut applied weapons tech exclusive in midnight blue. Very nice, man. That's solid. That is super solid. I'm a big fan of the Sage series. Ed says washers are great for dirty work. That's my point, though, is that I watched some videos because I was digging to see if it's worth making the content of testing the reliability of phosphor bronze washers versus the reliability of bearings in a muddy, dirty environment. And the results are mixed. The results are very mixed. And some results actually shown that the bearings performed better. Now, in that test that I saw, they were testing out hinderers with the tri-way pivot. So that, in my opinion, that doesn't really count because the tri-way pivot adds in extra factors, right? Because it's a pivot that's designed for both washers and ball bearings. And so I didn't really feel like that was a good test for anything other than the tri-way pivot itself. I want to do a video on it. It's on my list, my ideas list of ideas that I write down, like what kind of content do I want to make. That episode is on my list. Hold on. Geek Machine has carried the benchmade hidden cannon, the custom Kydex sheath from CCS, the Gerber Chonk Pry, the Coast XP6R torch, the SOG Power Pint, the Old Forge Barlow. Damn, that is a good carry. Hold on, he's got the message continues. It just got cut off on my screen, but it says the Zebra F701 mod pen and the Ridge carbon fiber wallet. I've been meaning to check out a Ridge wallet. My wallet is beat, man. I put my wallet in my pocket every day. It's like this is like a 5-year-old wallet. So I'm in need of a new wallet, I think. All right. Top Dog says, I recommended that 15V video to people. Maybe they will wise up to what is happening. I hope so, man. I hope so. I think that a lot of hardcore steel purists know exactly what's happening. And I think that some people that just don't understand yet that they only have a certain amount of time before their opportunity to get 15V is gone. I hope they understand. The chat is jumping and I'm missing stuff left and right. Oh my goodness, Jim Miller with the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Jim. Congrats to the new and or returning channel members. Welcome in, fellas. Welcome in. Hold on, I'm missing a lot, guys. I'm gonna roll through this real quick. Greg McCutcheon says different types of peppers cross-pollinate. That could be why your jalapenos are so spicy. I would call them pain peppers, man. They are pain peppers, and I know that they are hotter than they should be because they're harder to eat than the actual habanero peppers that I also have. If you look at the Scoville scale, right, on terms of spiciness, habaneros are way higher than jalapenos, but these jalapenos are on a whole different level. I'm telling you, these jalapenos are pure pain. They're pain peppers. They are harder to eat than the habanero, and that should never be the case. So something's going on here, and I think you might be right. They could be cross-pollinated. We got these plants from a friend who also lives in town, who has their own garden, and they gave us some starter plants. I'm like, yeah, these are jalapenos, and they look like jalapenos. I'm like, yeah, these are habaneros, and they look like habaneros. And I'm telling you right now, eating the habanero is easier than eating the jalapeno, and the habanero is still plenty hot. But those jalapenos are on a completely different level. Anyways, a shout out to my man Vivelsky. Thank you, man. Thank you for the $2 super. Definitely appreciate it. Top Dog says, hey, washers are why I love Spyderco. Yeah, most of their knives obviously run on phosphor bronze washers, and in my opinion, they have some of the best phosphor bronze washer action out there. They aren't at the top, though. That could only go towards one company, and that would be, hold on, got it right here. That'd be Chris Reeve Knives. Best overall washer action. You got to hand it to Chris Reeve. This, of course, is the small Sebenza 21. So good. So good. Love it. Absolutely love it. A shout out to my man, Experience Precision. 15 months. 15 months. Thank you for riding with the channel. He says, I'm all in on fixies at the moment. I feel like there's so many good knives coming out in fixed blade format right now. It's hard to ignore. Whether those are like production level knives or, small batch handmade variants like this. Yeah, a lot of good stuff is going on right now. Ed says, where did TD carry that knife? Wait, maybe I don't want to know. Things that will get the live stream taken down. Listen, you can carry something without having pockets, okay? Like you carry it in your hand. There you go. Mystery solved. Hey, shout out to C. Kobe for gifting another 5 channel memberships. Man, you guys are going nuts tonight. Thank you so much for all the support. Thank you. And welcome in and welcome back to all of the new and or returning channel members. Pavelski says it is definitely pronounced like Swish, Polish last name of the designer, and that's exactly how it sounds. Thank you. Thank you. Validation. Validation. Thank you, man. I definitely appreciate that. I really do, because people make fun of me. Okay, other channels, like I've been in group chats with other channels like, you're mispronouncing it. You're mispronouncing it. I'm like, I just followed what Spyderco said. Spyderco had it in a brochure when they originally released the Swish buoy, and they said this is how you pronounce it. So that's how I've always pronounced it. It's the same way Nick Shabazz pronounces it. Nick Shabazz is generally a source that you can trust anyways. So thank you, V. I definitely appreciate the fact that you are validating that. Thank you. Let's go. Hold on. You guys are going crazy in this chat right now. Jim says Rollshambo is channeling Javon tonight. What are we talking about? Shout out to Javon's Knife Flicks. Hey, what's up? Jay Slick says, Roll, did you buy that spike grind SOCOM on NC Blade? I wanted to. And are they still available? I wanted to. Guys, sometimes it's just not in the cards to buy a $500 knife. Let's see if they're still there. Last time I checked, they were. Let's go SOCOM Elite. We'll do a quick screen share here. Ooh, they've got another one. This one is... So this is not the one we're talking about. And that one's an auto. Where was it? I have a feeling they're gone now. But they were available. I had an opportunity to, but honestly, it just wasn't in the budget. Nope, they are still available. All right, so this is what we're talking about here. This is cross-cut fat carbon, okay? Cross-cut fat carbon is a whole different ball game than regular fat carbon. You get a different view, basically, of it than what you normally see. It is also more expensive to do cross-cut carbon fiber than regular carbon fiber. These are not cheap. These are $529, but they are, number one, a DLC-coated blade. Also not cheap. American made, not cheap. It's the spike grind. The spike grind is a different kind of grind from microtech. The one thing I dislike about this is that it has the tip down carry. Now, this is, of course, the traditional way that this knife was designed and made, so I get it. But come on, microtech, it's 2025. People don't like tip down carry. I know. I have an actual reason for this, okay? For me, specifically, tip down carry results in bad ergonomics. Now, I've not tried this knife, but I know that when I get a Spyderco Paramilitary 2 and the pocket clip comes in tip down carry format, I don't like the way it feels in my hand, and I swap the clip over to tip up carry. Feels great. Hinderer knives. I had an XM18, came tip down carry, swapped it over to tip up carry. Ergos got way better. There is no option to do that on here. That is my one complaint. Now, I always try to give knives a chance. I've never tried a SOCOM Elite. This one is extremely tempting, but it is also $529. It's a NC Blade exclusive cross-cut fat carbon fiber with the spike grind. if you like microtechs, this is one of those knives that you really want to try out, and it's one that I really want to try out. And it's a manual version. It's not the auto, it's the manual, and it's an exclusive with these fat carbon inlays, which I'm really attracted to. Do I want to try it out? Absolutely. $529. It's just not in the cards at this moment. It's cool that they're still available though. Did you try one? Did you try one? Did you order one? Is it on the way? Let me know. Welcome into Lemon says, I like phone case wallets. One less thing to carry. I hear that, man. Definitely hear that. What's up, JoJo? It says Native Chief is coming out in 15V. Really? I didn't know that was on the list. The one that I know a lot of people are waiting on is the Yojimbo 2, which is still marked as coming soon. Has been marked as coming soon like all freaking year. Experience says, I've gotten just about all of the Spyderco 15V before the rush. Nice, man. Hold on to it for the collection. I've got 2 pair of 3s in 15V. One's the lightweight, one's the regular. Not that you can really tell the difference in the blade itself, but anyways. Geek says, did you use mushroom compost? I found that peppers get very, very hot when that's the case. No, no. No, nothing special. But we do have a lot of there's a lot of like bees and hornets and stuff, so cross pollination is definitely possible. Alice Styes, there's Ale Styes, not sure how to say it. Thank you for being a channel member, by the way. It says, couldn't bearings break up the dirt and expel it? Granted, washers may not let the dirt in, but I think bearings could take care of the dirt. I don't know. So I watched a couple different videos. One of them showed washers being a clear advantage, like if the knife is, for example, dropped in mud. The other one showed that the bearings actually performed better than the washers when both knives were dropped in mud. And so there's some conflicting information out there. And I just feel like there's an opportunity to do more real world testing to offer more clarity. So that's on my radar. Hey, shout out to Top Dog for the $10 super. Says, because you champion 15V. Thanks, man. Thank you so much for all the support, Top Dog. 15V is one of my favorite steels and probably my favorite steel for overall edge retention. Rex 121 is up there. I love Rex 121 as well. But there's something about 15V that is just, I can't really explain it. 15V is definitely my favorite edge retention type of steel. Sierra Rick says, Jojo, I saw that. Okay, that's a conversation. I'm not going to get into other people's convos. It's always awkward when I try. Hold on. What's up, Todd? Good to see you, man. He says, bearings equal harder to get stuff in, but you have to disassemble to really get them clean. When dirty, washers equal easier to get stuff in, and removal is easier. Can be flushed easy without disassembly. I want to do my own testing. That's the thing, is I want to do more testing. Welcome into On the Edge. Good to see you, man. He says, I need a Yojimbo. They should be doing the Yojimbo in 15V as well. I don't understand if the ones that Spyderco has marked as coming soon are ever going to come out. If they reserve the steel ahead of time, if they have the steel stock and they're just like releasing these periodically, knowing that they're like what they have is what they have. Or if they had planned to have availability of the steel and now they're just going to be stuck in coming soon forever. I hope it's the former and not the latter. I hope it's the former and not the latter. I really want to try the Yojimbo 2 and 15V. I had a Yojimbo 2. I loved it. My computer caught fire 3 years ago, and it was one of the knives that I sold so that I could buy a new computer and build a new computer to do the channel with. And I promised myself that when Spyderco released a Yojimbo 2 in a steel that I really liked, I was going to buy it. And then I saw the 15V and I was like, that's the one. And I've been waiting all freaking year for it. So I hope that they actually do have the stock for the models that they have listed as coming soon, because it would break my heart if they just stay in coming soon for forever. Anyways. The Pond says Spyderco also announcing Reveal 19 while we're still waiting for a few models from. I saw that. I don't know what's going on over there. I have no idea. What's up, Dale? He says, just don't drop your knife in the mud. I would do it for science, Dale. I would do it for science. Experience Precision says Spyderco needs to step up innovation. Although I love just about everything they do, it'd be nice to see some new models. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I would 100% agree. And you know, they are doing new models. One such new model is the Edgerati, which has not been released yet. Do they even have pre-orders for it yet? Spyderco Edgerati. You know, we were talking, the Pons was just talking about how they're announcing Reveal 19 and we're still waiting on models from 17 and 18. The Spyderco Edgerati was a previous, hold on. Let's do this screen share. Spyderco Edgerati. Have they even released this guy yet? Come on. Wait. Is it out? Stop it. These have got to be pre-orders, right? Yeah, pre-order. So this is the Edgerati, right? This is a new model. It's a new USA made model. It's supposed to be a performance machine. I'm not entirely sure how much I'm going to like the skeletonized handles. I am not, generally speaking, a guy that likes skeletonized scales. But the good news is that if that's the only thing you dislike about it, some people are not going to like the shape of the blade. Totally fine. But if you're a guy like me and the handle scales are the only thing you dislike about it, the good news is that there are so many aftermarket scale makers, especially here in the USA, that the handle scales are not a valid reason to not buy this knife. So it's one that I'm definitely going to get my hands on when it releases, whenever that might be. But it is going to be cool to see how well they perform with a skeletonized aluminum handle scale. And you know what? Maybe I'll get it and I'll change my mind, right? That's always a possibility. This is their idea of a clip point. It's their idea of a clip point. I mean, I would say that this is probably a better rendition of a clip point. Yeah. But yeah, we're still waiting on this guy. This guy's in pre-order and they're like, here's Reveal 19. Like, stop it. Stop it. You, Spyderco, finish what you started, please. Rick says, Rolls, the way I look at washers or bearings, it's personal preference. Absolutely. I do think that there are going to be scenarios that washers perform better and scenarios where bearings perform better. Yo, what's up? Brian says, anyone congratulate you on your 15V video yet? It's amazing. Thoughts on the odds of a 15V Sage 6? Hey, thank you, man. And yeah, you know, the community responded really well to the episode, which is good, because if the community had bombed that episode, it would have crushed me. I put a lot of time and effort into that episode, so I'm glad that it was well received. Thank you so much for the support. Thoughts on the odds of a 15V Sage 6? Don't count on it, man. Do not count on it. I will say this, though. We have no idea how much stock of 15V that Spyderco has. What we do know is that there are several Spyderco models that have been stuck in coming soon status since the beginning of the year. So will we see those? Will we see the Yojimbo 2? Will we see the Yojumbo? I have no idea. If I was a betting man, I would bet that what they have listed in coming soon is going to be the end of their stock for that steel. And then once that's gone, that's gone. That would be my guess. I would not bet on seeing a Sage 6 and 15V, but if they do make one, I will buy it. I will. I need to get my hands on a Native 5 and the Yojimbo 2. Possibly a Yojumbo. There's several that I'm waiting for. The Pond says Edgerati was released 17. Shh. I just want to live in this fairyland, okay? Ed B says, how about a new model with an inspired hole from Spyderco? C. Kobe says, has anyone gotten the Hapstone RS sharpening system? I've been using it for a few months and I love it. If you have a couple extra clamps and a lock collar to the base and a lock collar to the base for weight, it's next level for cheap. The Hapstone RS sharpening system. Let's look it up real quick. Hapstone RS sharpening system. You're telling me that it's cheap. Let's find out. How cheap is it? It's not bad. 200 bucks. 200 bucks. That's not bad at all, man. Look at that. Yeah. Yeah. Double clamps. Can you switch it around so that those clamps come together and you can do shorter knives? I'm guessing so. That looks good. $200 ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. Maybe we should try one. That's a good shout out right there. I'll keep my eye on that. Welcome to Paul Mills. Good to see you, man. Sierra Rick says, I got a Native 5 with no washers. Is that the lightweight variant? Does the lightweight variant truly have no washers and it's just riding on the FRN? Good to see you, Fire Breathing Hamster. Welcome in. All right, hold on. I need to catch up with this chat. What's up, Craig? He says, all my large cold steel fixies have neither washers nor bearings. They clean up rather easily. There you go. Welcome into Roman M. Hold on. I have no idea where I'm at with this chat. Nick Sick, what's up? He says that $200 might as well go up another 200 and get a TS Prof Cadet Pro. I love my Cadet Pro. I wouldn't mind trying out the Hapstone. I've heard good things about Hapstone as a company. So, I mean, might be worth checking out. Todd says Hapstone are similar to TS Prof depending upon the model. The magnetic ball on some has been a problem, though from what I've heard. Interesting. The clamps can be flipped. That makes sense. It really does. Hold on. It says, won't lie, you remind me of Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Yeah, I've heard that a few times. It's been a kind of a running joke on the channel. At one point, I did a search in my comments. YouTube doesn't let me do this anymore, but at one point, it allowed me to like search for different words that were used in comments throughout the entirety of my content library. And I just searched for Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and the amount of people that have made that comment or made that comparison it's funny. It's funny. There's worse people I could be compared to, I guess. But no, that's pretty funny. I've heard it a few times. I have. Hey, what's up, Lone Star? He says, carry of the day is the Flightanium Lucha. Very nice, man. Good to see you. You know, speaking of carries, let's go ahead and head on over to the Only Spartans Discord. If you are a channel member and you didn't know this, we have a budding community that I'm trying my best to build. We got some great people over there. I hang out there. And if you want to talk to me, don't talk to me on Instagram. Talk to me on the Only Spartans Discord. I'm in here all the time, every day. We're sharing pocket checks. And of course, I also feature the channel members' pocket checks on these live streams. If you want to know what that looks like, boom. Here we are on the Only Spartans Discord. The invite link is in a members only post on my YouTube channel in the post section. So if you're not in, feel free to join in. Let's go ahead and see what the Spartans are carrying today. Starting with the Pons, he's got the Kaiser Staffy, the benchmade Osborne, and the Olight Arkfeld Pro. Look at that solitary. I've never experienced this Kaiser Staffy before, but I'm a big fan of that compound grind. And I don't think you can ever go wrong with a Osborne. It's one of the stalwart benchmade models. Excuse me. Very nice. Nick T, he's got an Evo, CKF Evo, and the Riot VK Anub. I still need to get my hands on one of those. Love the blade shape on that. It's a really cool blade shape. Frankie Cheech coming in hot with an X. Is that an XM24? No, it's an XM18, right? Right? Spanto? XM18 Spanto? Or is it 24? I'm overthinking it. It's probably an XM18. TC Blade's got a looker. Look at that one. He's got the Holt Bladeworks Spectre. Freaking gorgeous, man. Gorgeous. Nice shot, too. Man, I need to get my hands on a Holt Haptic. That's what I want. Ooh, Vavelski. He's got the new Rips Garage Tech scales. Mine are on the way. He's got the new Rips Garage Tech scales for the Sage 6, and his is just like mine. He's got the S90V Sprint Run. Mine is on the way. I'll have mine soon. He got the fingerprint pattern. Fantastic photo. Really nice looking scales too. The fingerprint milling pattern on those is great. I am preferential to the Pyro Grip, and those should be coming in this next week. Really excited about that. So if you've been waiting on titanium American-made aftermarket scales for your Sage 6, go over to Rips Garage Tech. No, I am not sponsored by them, but they do make a lot of parts that I really, really, really like for my Spydercos. My carry, of course, today, coming to you live from the couch. I got the Swish buoy and the transparent knives doodle. Greg McCutcheon coming in with the Para 3 lightweight and M4. Look at that. Minty green, minty fresh. Got some Blade HQ exclusive going on. Ooh, check this out. This has got to be a custom, right? It's the HB21 Buffalo Daga Boy. That looks nice. Is that black Timascus? Is that what that is? Black Timascus clip? Dama pocket clip. Okay, so it's Dama. Thank you for including this, by the way. Fat carbon purple haze. Very nice. Dark polish zirconium bolsters. A Damasteel Loki blade. Gorgeous. Freaking gorgeous. Look at the thumb studs. The thumb studs also have an inlay, don't they? Insane. Insane. That's not something you see every day. Super cool. Dazed, he's got the Gecko Custom Pictus. Talk about one hell of a knife. Love the Gecko Customs Pictus. Drinkwater's got the Emerson Super Commander and the Spyderco McBee. Very solid. I'm here for it, man. I like it. A Warrior Guild, he's got that's the new tactile, that's the Taylor Martin fixed blade. I need to get one. It's the Red Hawk, right? Right? Red Hawk? I think so. I should know these things. I mean, it's not like I don't review knives for fun all the time. I almost said that I review knives for a living, but that would be a lie because I do not make nearly enough money to do this for a living. I had somebody, every now and then I'll get someone to comment on my channel, and they think that like channels like mine get paid. And I'm not out here saying that there aren't EDC channels that don't do this for a living or that don't get paid to do certain content. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is that that's not the case for 99.9% of channels. And every now and then someone always makes me laugh super hard because they'll be in there like, obviously you're an industry plant. You're a paid actor. It's like, I wish that was true. Where's my paycheck? Send it in. That said, that's the tactile Red Hawk, right? Tactile Red Hawk, right? Red Hawk? Yeah. I don't do this for a living. I do this for fun. Yeah, tactile Red Hawk. That's one there. That's a fixie that I probably need to check out. $250, American made. Taylor Martin knows his stuff. chances are it'll be a good one. The tumbled one is all sold out. Man, that's the one I would have bought too. Green Cerakote, black Cerakote. Ooh, probably go for the black Cerakote actually. Look at that blade to handle ratio. It's okay. It's okay. But you know that Tactile does a good job on their heat treats. It's probably MagnaCut, right? I believe so. MagnaCut? Yep, MagnaCut. And they do 63 to 64. Perfect. See, even Tactile doesn't do 65 Rockwell at MagnaCut. Not that I'll complain about 62 to 64. That's totally fine with me. I need to get my hands on one of these. Has anyone tried one of these? You guys, has anyone tried this yet? Paging Jim Miller. Jim Miller. I know Jim Miller, one of my channel mods. I know he carries fixed blades all the time. I'm curious if he's tried one of these. Anyways, back to the pocket check. Warrior Guild, what do you think of the Tactile Red Hawk, man? I know you're carrying it, but I'm curious if you're in the chat. What do you think of the Red Hawk? Carlos, he's got the Something Obscene Neemly in Purple Haze. I won't lie, that's actually one of those knives that I really wanted to buy. And I had the opportunity to, but they're just expensive. They're super expensive, but I've only ever heard good things about the Something Obscene company. The Neemly Cleaver. Hey, there it is, man. There it is. This is just your hourly reminder that if you haven't done so yet, make sure to Spartan kick the like button, even if you're part of the replay squad. Believe it or not, I definitely appreciate everyone that watches, even if you're not watching live. One Sneaky B, he's got the latest machine-wise Sonora. I love that pattern. What do they call that milling pattern? Is that like a corduroy? Is that what you would call that? Like a corduroy milling pattern? I like it, man. And then, of course, he's got an axial shift. Very nice. Solid carry, man. Jim, speaking of Jim Miller, he's got the Spyderco Shaman, the Rosecraft Nola Chucky Jack, and the Rosecraft F3. Look at that. On the water. The leaves are not completely, the leaves have not fully turned yet. I expect to see some good footage, Jim. Now that, you know, since we know you're in the area, I want to see a photo when the leaves turn and you see that shift to like a red and a golden yellow and golden brown. Great carry regardless, though. Love that, man. Jealous. Wish I was out on the water today. KR Knives, he's got... Ooh, that's got to be the new crossbar lock Chavez Redemption. Love it, man. How do you like it? Are you enjoying it? They're not super expensive. They're under $100. To get a Chavez under $100 is great. Ooh, JT, what is this? That, I know what that is. Is this a reblade? That's a compression lock. What? Who does this reblade? John Tagamori, who does this reblade? I need to know, you know, for science. That's a compression lock. This looks like a handle scale for a Spyderco Shaman. Is this a Shaman reblade? Is that a REK reblade? Who does that? Who does that? That looks great, man. I need to try one of those. Ed Durbin's got a couple of tri-stashes. Everyone's been loving these. He's got the V1 and the V2. Super cool, man. Craig Vincent, he's got a Kubi Titanium Titius. He's got the FM1 Demco, excuse me, I always say that. Cold Steel 8010. Spyderco Tenacious. This one, I'm not sure what that is. It says Hatamoto on the blade, but I don't know much about it. And of course, a Cold Steel 5 Max. Big old knife, that 5 Max. You know it's big when it makes the 8010 look small. Just thought I'd point that out. Cat Scratch, he's got a Kershaw Leak. Very nice. Is that a Damascus Kershaw Leak? I don't know if I've seen one with that blade type before. That looks clearly like a cladding line. Or is that acid? I need to know. I need to know for science. All right, let's go. Bradford, no excuses, Karen. A Bradford Guardian 3 warning magna cut. Nice, man. Looks solid. I like it. Dale Lane, he's got a TRM Atom, or is that a Neutron? I think that's. I love how you have it next to a pen. I should be able to tell that is. Is that a Neutron? I think that's a Neutron 2. Yeah, we're gonna go with Neutron 2. They're this, yeah. TRM Neutron 2 titanium lizard skin handle skills. Freaking love it, man. Grateful Dong, he's coming in hot with the. Oh, that's the Sharp by Design. It's the what did he call it? What did he call it? It's a Hawksbill style blade. I have failed. I knew what it was called once upon a time. It has skipped my mind. I know you guys will let me know in the chat. Reckless Precision says Red Hawk is perfection. Really? Really? Ooh, you guys are getting me all kinds of hot and bothered for a tactile Red Hawk. Hold on. Lemons? What are we carrying, lemons? He's got a Herman. Is that a Herman Sting? I'm bad at recognizing the Hermans because I've never held one. They're expensive. They're really freaking nice. Is that the Herman Sting? Let me know in the chat. I don't know. But what I do know is that is hot. C. Kobe says, sure, I carried all of it today. Don't lie to me. I know that Work Sharp Precision Adjust Pro did not fit in your pocket. But let's see what we can do. He's got the Kunwu Excalibur right there. He's got an Olamic Whippersnapper. He's got a Paramilitary 2 with the OCD for EDC. Compression made easy. There we go. Lynch Northwest clip right there. He's got that is a benchmade bailout. Right. I believe so. And then this one, what is this? I don't know what this is down here. I don't know what that is down there. But that is the new haptic sharpening system he was talking about too. Sharpening a chef's knife. Very nice, man. Very nice. And guys, that is the pocket check from the Only Spartans Discord. Thank you everyone for sharing your pocket checks. If you want to know how you can have your pocket check featured on the live streams, consider becoming a channel member. Channel memberships start as little as 99 cents. And once you're in the Discord, you're in, baby. I mean, as long as you don't do something that angers one of the channel mods. Anyways, we're going to get back to the chat because I've missed so much in the chat. Hold on. Come on, live chat. All right. I scrolled up a little bit. Experience Precision says, I love the Red Hawk. All right. I mean, it sounds like I need to get one. It says, for a little bit of money, Tactile offers a leather sheath that you can get with it. I wish I would just have got it. It's extremely nice sheath. You know, I'm generally a Kydex kind of guy because I like doing a scout carry. This knife right here has changed my mind. The leather sheath has imparted a smell of leather into the micarta on this guy that is absolutely addictive. Kind of like how you're not supposed to enjoy the smell of gasoline, but you go to the gas station, you take a whiff, you're like, it's one of those smells, right? Does anyone else like the smell of gasoline, or am I just about to have a stroke? I don't know. Scissor, what's up, man? He says, you might be seeing more Cubs fans in chat because they ain't be doing a damn thing for the rest of the year. Oh, the sports talk. Jim says, leaves don't turn down here until late November, and not great color. You can't just break my heart like that, Jim. Hold on. Says that's a sweet looking reblade. Yeah. We are, of course, talking about. Oh, look at that! We got another pocket check. Kevin Smith coming in hot with the. It's not the nefarious. It's another word for nefarious. It's like the Nefari. You guys know what I'm talking about. And that's a Jack Wolf Little Bro Jack, right? Little Bro Jack or After Hours Jack? No, not an After Hours. The After Hours was a Warncliffe, right? It's the Wee Nefaris, right? Wee Nefaris. Yeah, the Wee Nefaris. The Wee Knife Nefaris. I've heard so many good things about this knife. Killer freaking blade shape, though. Killer blade shape. Who designed this? I never checked one out. They were very, very popular. Can you still buy them? Does Deadwood Knives have them? $306 in stock. You don't say. If I was to get one, I'd probably go for one. Probably go for one that has the hand satin finish, though. The Wee Nefaris. Blade HQ. Oh, look at that. Freaking gorgeous, man. Yeah, the Nefaris. I always get it mixed up with Nefarious, but it's the Wee Nefaris. Super cool. Very nice. Thanks for sharing, man. Glad we caught that one. We were talking about the reblade. I need to know. Who does this reblade? John Tagamori, are you in the chat? JT, is that a Rec exclusive reblade? Who does that? Because I'm positive that those are Skinny Shaman scales. I think those are Skinny Shaman scales from Lynch Northwest. So who does this blade? Like, that is a compression lock, which means that this has got to be a reblade, but from who? Let's do this. Come on, Google. Spyderco Shaman reblade. Is that a Rec exclusive? Could just go to Rec Knives and find out. Or is it Gersh? It could be a Gersh. Product could not be found. Damn it. Gersh. I know Gersh does some Spyderco reblades, right? They're the ones that do some? I believe so. What? Shop. Spyderco Gallery. Let's do that. That's probably easier. Maybe it's not a Gersh reblade. Who does it? I need to know. Rec Knives. Rec reblades. I mean, I don't know. I'm drawing a blank here. I don't know who does that. Who did this reblade? Yo, welcome into Mick Ranger. Good to see you, man. Experience Precision says, bro left us on red. Are we talking about me or are we talking about John Tagamori? It's probably me. I've got the attention span of a toddler. Says, yeah, gasoline and tires, love that smell. I can't help it, man. Also, like, you ever open up a can of fresh tennis balls for your dog? Like that fresh can of tennis balls? New shoe smell. You got to be careful with that one, though. Ed B says, I think Roll's spatial acuity needs some work. You're probably right. You are probably right. Hold on. All right. Hold on. I'm going to go back real quick and see if I missed anything. I missed a lot. I'm sorry, guys. I try to get to it as best I can on the chats, but it can be tough sometimes. Well, let's go ahead and see what's out there. Aside from, you know, $600, $400 reblades, $600 reblades, $700 reblades on this? Damn. Hey, they also have a DLC coding service. That's kind of crazy. About our DLC. The DLC we use is applied with a specific formula at 5 microns thick, which is roughly 1/5 as thick as Cerakote and much, much harder at just over. Yes, testing. Is it top performance? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay. Fixed blades. So they'll DLC coat a fixed blade up to 6 inches for $75. That's not bad. Folders up to 5. Oh, I see. Blade only. Okay. Up to $65 for a 5-inch blade. Okay. Okay. Why not? So if I wanted to get a DLC coating on this guy, $65. Package deal, entire folder, $175. Okay. Okay. That's getting expensive there. Let's see. We haven't checked out USA-made blade in a minute. What's new? What's new over at USA-made blade? They always got some good stuff coming out. Always worth checking. Defiant 7 Talos button lock. Boomerang stainless. That looks a little crazy. What is that? Oh, it's just a topo pattern. Okay. What else? What about over at NC Blade? We'll go back to NC Blade and check them out. Show me the new products. Chavez ProTech. The SOCOM Elite Manual. Gosh, man. I really want to try this thing. $530. I really want to try it. Another one that I really want to try is the Chavez Chub. For a utility knife, and out the front utility knife just seems cool. I like the satin finish on those scales. That's cool. I've only heard good things about the Chub, by the way. But it is a $250 utility knife, so there's that. The RCK9, Chavez RCK9. What? Do they have that mislabeled? That does not look like an RCK9. Maybe I'm thinking of a different knife. Yeah, this is an RCK9. They must have that mislabeled. It's like I thought that was the what's it called? Like the Sangre. No, it's not the Sangre. It's the shoot, what's it called? Chavez. The Sangre is like the Warncliffe version. It's the Chavez knives. It's not the Lookout. It's Why do I keep, it's not the Liberation. It's not the Sangre. It is the Scapegoat. That's what it is. The Scapegoat. Yeah, that's what that is. It's a Scapegoat. They have it mislabeled as an RCK9. What the hell? Nick Six says, isn't the Chavez utility made in the US? Are they though? Are they though? I don't think so. Oh, no, never mind. They are. These are made by Ramon and his team in Pleasant Grove, Utah. Damn. I stand corrected. I must be wearing my orthopedic shoes. I stand corrected. You know what? You know what? Might have to put it on my list for later. The whole time I thought that these were just shipped in and assembled here. That's cool though. And it makes sense. We have import laws that keep Chinese companies from importing OTF automatic knives. They have to send them as a bucket of parts and then they get assembled here. That's cool though. These are made by Ramon and his team in Pleasant Grove. Super cool. I didn't know that. I had to mute myself there for a second. Nothing quite like sneezing into your microphone. What was I looking at? Scapegoat, yeah. They call it the RCK9, but that is not an RCK9. That is a Scapegoat. I like the milling on those scales. The kind of rocked look. Yeah, that's cool. Bowler M390. That's probably one of their Riot made knives, I believe. They made a slip joint. Man, I'm behind the times. Chavez is going all out, man. Poi Kilo Gecko Midtech 3, $980. Damn. Look at those scales, though. Is it just me or those look fantastic? $980. Chinese made Midtech. Gosh, those are crazy. $980. I'm still having a hard time getting over that price. I know. I'm over here being the price police. I just need to hang it up. Whoa, they got some purple haze titanium handles, double vapor blast and purple accents. That's kind of crazy, man. Partial serration. $565. Not surprised. Where's the full plane edge? Why are these all serrated? This is what I mean when I say, like, when they think of these things, they always overestimate how many serrated versions they need. Like, how many of the serrated variant should we come out with? The answer is always way too many. You know how I know? These are still in stock, and the full plane edge is not. When will they learn? When will they learn? I don't know. The Sangre Flipper. Yeah, that's the Sangre. Come on. Show me something cool. Show me something exciting. Compadre. Aluminum. Okay. 6-inch Santoku chef's knife. $200. Not expensive for a microtech, but not cheap for a single chef's knife. I kind of want to try one. I've never invested good money into kitchen cutlery. There we go. Ooh, Demco Nano Shark with Arctic Storm carbon fiber. That looks kind of cool. For a micro knife, and that is definitely a micro knife. If it's sub 6 inches, we're going to call it a micro knife. I keep wanting to check one of these out though. It's 20 CV, Arctic Storm carbon fiber, $390. Damn. That is spendy. Might be better to try one out with one of the less expensive ones, like, you know, one of these guys with aluminum and 20 CV for $260. Still a high price tag, but it's a little easier to swallow. Renee Ramon says, yeah, the Chubb OTF is USA made. I didn't know that. Says that's why they moved to Utah from New Mexico. Good to know. Says the Dissident is also USA made. Interesting. Retro Ryan says, I have a Gecko. That's a great knife, but not for $980. That's a lot of money. I have a feeling that they have some models that are a little less expensive. Sierra Rick says, no speed holes for me. Fair enough. Lemon says, $390 for Taiwanese makes benchmade look reasonable. I don't know, man. I mean, knives made in Taiwan. Taiwan has some of the best manufacturing standards, period. For example, hold on. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. One of my favorite knives in my collection is this guy right here. The Quiet Carry 9 with the C-Swirl carbon fiber. I love this knife. Taiwan is not like China, okay? Like Taiwan, they're the world leader in superconductor manufacturing, i.e. they have some of the highest standards of manufacturing in general. It's not cheap to have things made in Taiwan. Some people have actually made arguments that it's more expensive to have things like knives made in Taiwan than it is here in the US. And look at it like this, from a Spyderco perspective even, the best quality Spydercos made, period, do not come from the Golden, Colorado factory. No, they come from the Taichung, Taiwan factory. So that's it's a good thing to remember is that one, Taiwan, obviously not China. Two, the level of manufacturing quality, if we're just talking like how well made is it, right? Taiwan, 10-1, Taiwan has a much higher manufacturing capability than what we have here in the US. Also, just wanted an excuse to show off this guy. Absolutely love the Quiet Carry 9. I look for excuses to carry this knife, like, you know, it's been a week. I should just, carry the 9. But my point is that the Demco knives being made in Taiwan, I'm not like the price, $390 for this guy. $390, that seems a little steep to me, but like it's not the worst valuation. Now you want to see a bad valuation, check this out. Let's get into some bad valuations here. $325 for Grivery and Crewwear. Like that is nasty. That is nasty. Okay, $325 for Grivery and Crewwear. Get out of here. I can say that I've actually tried a benchmade shootout. I got one in a pass around, and I like it. It felt cheap. Benchmade Autocrat G10 and S30V, $525. Like, talk about letting the country of origin do the heavy lifting here. Like that is nasty, man. Like, there's bad valuations on knives everywhere. I'll agree. The Demko Nano Shark at $390 for the micro knife, I agree. That's a bit more than what I want to spend. But let's not get it twisted. Benchmade is still they're still winning the race when it comes to bad valuations. Just my opinion. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me. And you know what? I'll say this. Not every Benchmade is bad value. For example, I'm not necessarily mad at this one, okay? M390 and carbon fiber, USA made 390. Okay. That's not the worst valuation that I've ever seen. Not every Benchmade is a bad value, but they have a lot that are. Like this one, $600 for MagnaCut and aluminum. Like, I get it. It's a limited edition, 710. You know, people love the 710. They brought it back, but that's a pure money grab. That is a money grab and a half. $600. There's a reason why it's still available. This one, not a bad value, honestly. $210, USA made, Cerakote Elmax, and Grivery. Fine. I freaking hate Grivery. Grivery is one of my least favorite handle scale materials, but you do get American made Elmax and Cerakote, $210. Fine. I'm not mad at that one. Like, that's one of those where I'd say not the worst valuation I've seen on an American made knife. But some of these Benchmades are just awful. like this one. What? G10 and MagnaCut, $400.
Epic fail.
Benchmade. How? Why? Ed B says the Griptilian is reasonable. I'm telling you guys, like, I don't think that every single Benchmade is a bad value. I think that they have many that are bad values and some that are not. Like, honestly, a knife that's on my list, I need to get my hands on an Osborne. For sure. Need to get my hands on an Osborne. You know, another one is Benchmade Mini Adamas with the carbon fiber handle scales and S90V. I don't know if I'll ever get a chance to do that. Mini Adamas, are they still around $300? Mini Adamas, here we go. $375. What? They raised the, well, maybe the carbon fiber version was always just expensive. Like, I like the Mini Adamas. I really do. I love that blade shape. $375, MagnaCut carbon fiber. Like, not the biggest fan of the you know, the speed holes. I don't hate speed holes like some people do. I just, you know, I honestly think that they should have just left it without the extra milling. I love the blade shape on the Adamas in general. I did review a regular Adamas. Thought it was a cool knife. I didn't necessarily feel like it was worth the extra cheddar, but the one that I tried out was a regular G10 and crew wear. Why do they have this? Oh, it's the Mini Auto. It's like, why is that $450? But yeah, no, like, this one's not the worst valuation ever. It's not high on my list, but it's not the worst valuation ever. Love the blade profile. Ed B says the 20 CV grip was going for $180 not long ago. Not sure what it is now. It's probably a lot more than that. He says, I also want a Mini Adamas, but I'm going to wait for secondhand. Yeah, I think that's a good strategy. Welcome into Fred the Lug. He says, well, good to see you, Mick Ranger. He says, yeah, if you keep your eyes open, you can grab some excellent deals on Demkos, but you got to pay attention. Black Friday is not far away, people. Black Friday is not far away at all. Keep your eyes peeled. What's up, Daniel? He says, I picked up a Demco 80-20.5 D2 for about $80. Yeah, there's some good deals on those out there. Mig Ranger says, one thing about Demco is they do some really good sales a few times a year. I'm telling you guys. Black Friday. Sierra Rick says, love quiet carry, period. Oh, yeah. Listen, the quiet carry 9, and I feel like, so the Swish Buoy and the quiet carry 9, these are both knives made in Taiwan. These are two of my favorite knives that I own. Neither of them are cheap. Neither of them are cheaply made. Both of them are really, really, really enjoyable knives. I need to get more quiet carry. I bought the quiet carry 9 twice now, and I have no regrets. One of my favorite knives, period. Retro Ryan says, what the heck is Grivery? Goes to Google. It feels cheap. Grivery feels freaking cheap. Grateful Dong says, I have an Otto Osborne. It's the only Benchmade folder that I own. I've heard good things about Benchmade's autos. Haven't tried one yet, though. Lemon says, I like the look of the Mini Adamas carbon fiber. Maybe someday I'll try the auto version. Yeah, the Mini Adamas is on my list. It's just not super high. Jay Slick says, man, I tried the Mini Adamas carbon fiber. It's thicker than a Snicker. Sold it. See, that's when you just send it off to Transparent Knives, have them do a regrind. Why not? Craig says, I picked up a Demco Armiger for spear point, and I love it. Nice. Grateful Dong tried that new quiet carry he says that new quiet carry weighty is a cool looking fixie. Yeah, when we're on the topic of fixed blades, I thought we mentioned it in the last live stream. Quiet carry. Everyone's doing a utility knife these days. Shop all the weighty. I kind of want to try one of these guys. I really do. Like $240 made in Taiwan. For some people, they're going to say, no, at that price, you can go get a tactile Red Hawk. And they'd be right. So I don't know if I try one of these before I try a Red Hawk. Like the tactile Red Hawk at the same price is probably a little bit higher on my list. But if we're talking about EDC fixed blades, Vanac Super Clean, these all look good. Yeah. Look at that deep carry clip. Really? Does it really just disappear in the pocket? A fixed blade? Really? Might need to try one. All right, guys. We're going to go ahead and call it there. Thank you for a fun live stream, everybody. For everyone who was here and not at Bladeshow, it was fun to come in to talk knives, talk shop, talk hot peppers. I need to make some Rollshambo jalapeno jam and send it to some people that are not prepared. I'm telling you, I was not prepared for these jalapenos. Guys, thank you so much for a fun live stream. I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend. We are still, of course, planning on going live again on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is 10 p.m. Eastern, which is 9 p.m. Central, which is 7 p.m. Pacific. If you want to hang out, oh my goodness, and before we go, see Kobe. Thank you for the $5 super, my man. Thank you. Right at the buzzer, dude. He says, it's been a great live, guys. I'll hang out with you again when I can. Thank you so much. But yeah, if you want to hang out, you can find me over at the Only Spartans Discord. We're trying to build that place from the ground up. So if you want to join a budding knife community, please feel free to join that one. That's going to do it for me. Have a fantastic rest of your weekend, everybody. For those of you in the Discord, I'll see you soon. For everybody else, we'll see you on Wednesday.